And I wanted to say as well, if anyone wants to include mind maps and various ideas as well, give that to the facilitators too. We can scan them and include them in the summaries of the discussions that are coming through. It feels like there was a lot of good chat happening there. I was suggested to summarize some things, and I didn't get even around to looking at all the tables, but some things I did spot coming out was, tackling the cheap food policy in some way, looking at courts specialisation came up in a couple of tables. Education and public engagement for officials as well as the public seems to be coming out from a lot of tables as well. And just to that point, it'll be on the last Saturday that we're going to specifically look at education and public engagement. There's a couple of good submissions in on that. So next weekend, we're going to look at marine, freshwater, urban and planning, and a couple more bits in the between. It'll be from the mountains to the sea, so we'll incorporate all those elements of that. And I just want to say thank you to everybody again for all of your investment in this, your engagement in this. I know you're all having the conversations and you're thinking about it at home. I want to remind you, you are the best PR of the Citizens' Assembly, so do keep telling people it's happening. Let them know people are able to get involved in this policy-making discussion. Let them know what you make of it as well. And on that, it's such a great room. I've really enjoyed all the various conversations with everybody. We had a tech corner of software engineers, all women in STEM, last night at dinner. I found out that Ellie, our Leaving Cert student, is going to have her mocks in the next 2 weeks. So best of luck with that, Ellie. And she may well consider a future in law and politics based on her experiences here. And Coach had to go early, but she's due a great grandchild tomorrow morning. So we'll hear more about that hopefully the next time as well. I want to thank everybody involved in all of the work that's been happening over the weekend. And it's a lot of people, particularly Quality Matters, Caroline and the team of facilitators and note takers. You're contributing so much to this work in taking everything down and summarising it and feeding back how it's going. So thank you sincerely to all of you guys. You can applaud to that. I want to thank Matthew, Corrine and all the hotel staff, Connor, Joe, Mark and Eddie and Pi for all of the great camera work, because there are a lot of people tuning in online and live on Twitter and things like that. So it's really great that we have that accessibility, I think, into the work that we're doing. Lisa and Darren, who are incredibly busy with ISL all over the weekend. Thank you to the Secretariat, which is a massive team behind all the logistics in this. Tim, Cahill, Lorraine, Connor, Caroline, Lorraine, Sexton, Denise, Julianne, Katie, Niall, Roisin and Caitlin as well. Jerry is on the sound. Thanks to Sabrina and Ronan at Q4 for making sure that all the press statements that go out are up to date and correct and getting all the coverage. And you might have seen, you probably didn't because we were at dinner, most of us, but the 9 o'clock news had a good piece on it yesterday, which is great to see. Thank you to all of our panelists and speakers. We had 24 speakers over the weekend, and we think might be a record for citizens' assemblies in Ireland. We squashed a lot. We got a diversity of voices. We got the spectrum of opinions, and that was something that came out in your reflections from the last weekend. So I hope you hit that mark this time. We also had 36 people ask questions from the room. I think that's pretty good going for considering the numbers that we have in the room. So that's really great. I want to especially thank our advisory group, Ian, Taz, Jenny, Mihal, James, Mary and Clodagh, who are on hand to answer all of the questions. And their work is invaluable as well in the background for the planning and considering, who should be here and what other aspects we should be thinking about in the planning as well. So thank you sincerely to the EAG. That's it for this weekend's session. I hope you will all be able to come back and for the next one, the 5th and 6th. I'm really looking forward to seeing now how the drafting goes with the recommendation and that process. And don't worry, we will have something really concrete to show for all of this work at the end of November. So thank you all so much. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We'll see you soon.